What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Quay.
And Ish
Entertainment. And we're back with a mukbang. Today we're eating Chinese food.
My favorite. One of my favorites.
Yes. I have sweet and sour chicken with french fries. I have an egg roll. You know, the sweet and sour chicken sauce.
That's it.
I have duck sauce for my egg roll.
That's actually really my duck sauce.
Well, I have two. You have two. We have the Chinese iced tea. So, I'll let Ish tell you guys what he has. We'll say grace and then...
Okay, now for me, I got the best thing on the Chinese menu. Shrimp, egg foo young. That's what I got. Shrimp, egg foo young, y'all, and shrimp fried rice. That's what I got. Here go the gravy right here. Chinese iced tea, best iced tea moving. And let's see what else I got. Drink responsibly, y'all. Drink responsibly.
You gotta say grace.
You want to say grace?
Okay. Ready? Dear Lord, thank you for the food we are about to receive to nourish our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen. Really? Why did you do that? But anyway, so Ish did that because he believes in, what, a higher up, should I say? The reason for this mukbang is because we have a lot of updating for you guys with everything that's been going on after the baby and why we have not been on the channel.
Right. So we got to get y'all up to speed on what's been going on. This is why we haven't been on the channel, you know. It's not like we don't want to be on the channel, but, you know, certain things come before all that. You understand? So
you guys are important.
Right. I'm not saying that like y'all not important, but, you know, other things came up that we had to take care of that first. So now we coming forth and let y'all know what the happenings.
And we're actually still dealing with stuff too, but we'll get into all of that. My body took a turn for the worse. It's a little personal, but I feel like you guys deserve to know. You guys know I don't keep nothing from you, even if it takes time for me to update you guys about certain things. Know that I'll always fill you in on everything that's going on. So first of all, after they discharged us from the hospital, I had to go back to the hospital because my blood pressure spiked.
Right.
They diagnosed me with postpartum preeclampsia. And I want, especially the new moms, to really pay attention to stuff like that. Because it happened really fast. Like, my blood pressure was okay in the hospital. And then as soon as I got home, it spiked out of nowhere. And I actually, like, one night was feeling dizzy and everything like that. And I took my blood pressure. And my doctor made me go back to the hospital I had the baby at, which is Bellevue Women's Hospital. And I actually was there for 2 nights. I had to go take a 24-hour treatment. And I was, like, doped up. I was asleep the whole 24 hours. I missed my baby. Like, tough. They wasn't trying to let me go home, like, and I was getting aggravated, but I just cooperated and stayed calm because I know they was just like, you know, this is a serious matter. It's a condition that can cause seizures, strokes, and stuff like that if you don't get it treated. So guys, make sure you guys pay attention to that. Make sure if you do develop that, it can be developed while pregnant or postpartum after you have the baby. So either way, make sure you guys get treated. Make sure you guys take care of your body. Now that that's treated, I'm having other issues, which I gotta call my doctor and, you know, ask them to figure out what's going on. Because my body's just all out of whack and I don't...
Yeah, she don't feel like herself.
Yeah.
You know, she's not, this is really not her. So, she's more energized and stuff like that. So she's just been real sluggish and really not want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I like really had to push her to do this mukbang for y'all and stuff like that. But did you give him the definition of
preeclampsia?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
for some people that don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's just like a condition that's it's all right. So preeclampsia is a condition, like I was saying before, that you can either develop while you're pregnant, which is worse because it can be fatal for you and the baby if it's not treated or not watched properly. And still can be worse even after, which is, like I said, is postpartum, because the same thing can happen. It can be fatal. But it's a blood pressure condition that from your hormones, like just dropping after you have the baby, the change in your hormones and everything like that, spikes your blood pressure. And from your blood pressure being spiked, like, and I mean spiked, like my blood pressure was like 200 over one something.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy.
And it scared me. Like, I never saw my blood pressure that high. Like, so I knew something was wrong. And they diagnosed me with that. But it's a blood pressure condition that you can develop postpartum pregnancy or before. And it's really dangerous, guys. So, like I said, just make sure you guys pay attention to your bodies. If you are pregnant and you even notice that your blood pressure is elevated, let your doctor know. Don't let your doctor ignore it.
Right. Because only you know your body.
Yeah, like my prenatal doctor was really good. Like, he's on everything. Like, when I called him that night, like, listen, I felt dizzy. I checked my blood pressure. My blood pressure was so-and-so. He was like, get to the hospital.
Right.
So, and they admitted me right there.
Well, look, it's so crazy, y'all, right? When she first went to the hospital to see about it, she, like, that ass turned around. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of her taking it, like taking care of it right then and there, like she
it's
just,
not funny, but
like,
yeah.
she just left the hospital. Cause you gotta understand, like, she just had the baby. So once they told her, like, yo, we got to keep you overnight to monitor you and all that, she just said, man, fuck that. Like, I'm out of here. And she just left the whole hospital, like, you know what I'm saying? So after that, like, the next day, she was like, I'm just gonna go to the hospital, just take care of it, whatever the case may be. So now, you know, she's actually doing all right. You know what I'm saying? She's in between.
Yeah.
She's not all the way 100% yet. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm I mean, like, I just want to call my doctor and just have him check me for everything. Just because, like, just to make me feel better. And make sure it's, like, nothing going on that happened after I delivered the baby. I'm sure a lot of it is postpartum, and hopefully it will go away. But yeah, I left because I did not expect them to, like, literally they was like, you're staying, like, you have to stay. Like, I even left and the doctor was like, I can't discharge you because I don't think that's the safest thing to do. You can go on your own will. Like, it was like one of those situations, and I was just like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm like, I'll take my blood pressure. Guys, that's another thing. All right. So when I was pregnant, when I was about like 4.5, maybe 5 months pregnant, my doctor noticed that my blood pressure kept elevating. He started me on blood pressure medication. When I got in the hospital to have the baby, it spiked a little bit. After I had him, it was so weird. Like, it's so weird how your body just can change, like,
in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, because the whole time they was monitoring me, when I was in labor, my blood pressure was normal. And then after I pushed the baby out, my blood pressure spiked to like 180. They upped my dose. They upped my blood pressure medicine. The same medicine that my prenatal doctor prescribed me while I was pregnant, they upped that in the hospital. So before the stay our stay in the hospital, after I had the baby, my blood pressure was normal. And then I went home and it just, I went home and it just went crazy. But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's a lot. Like, literally, when I say sluggish, I've been really sluggish. Like, I dread the day. I'm just tired. Guys, this is probably the first meal, or maybe like.
Yeah, that's actually like this right here is actually the first big meal she had since we been home from the hospital, and that was 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she hasn't really been eating.
No appetite,
like,
literally.
Nothing.
Like he went and got me Ensures because I'm breastfeeding, and I'm just thinking like if I'm not putting the nourishments in my body that I need, is the baby getting them through my breast milk. But I've been Googling a lot of stuff, and it says like you have to really like, I guess you have to really like not eat certain stuff for a long time for it to affect your milk. But I still want to be safe, so I've been drinking Ensure. And like trying to nibble here and there, but these are all concerns I'm gonna bring to my doctor's attention. Yeah. Like stuff like that, I'm not eating. I feel weak. Maybe it's from me not eating. Like it's just things that.
And it's so crazy because like the whole 2 weeks she like really been in the bed though. Like I'm saying, like I'm surprised she's heading that. And for Christmas she went out, to be with the family for Christmas. And stuff like that. And right now, other than that, if this wasn't going on, she'd have been right in the bed. So she's getting a little better. So like I said, it's not 100%. So
yeah. So I'm gonna just bring all my concerns to the doctor. Hopefully it's nothing to, because it should always be like, oh, it's nothing serious, you're all right. But you never know, like. My body is not reacting to pregnancy good at all.
Yeah, but see, the reason why I say that is because I feel like it's really nothing serious. I mean, I feel like if it was something serious, they still had you in the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I was trying to explain to him is the only reason why they had me in the hospital is because at that time I was only battling the blood pressure. It wasn't until after I came home, that's the weird part. It wasn't until after I came home that I started feeling the type of way. So they don't know that this is going on.
Until you tell them.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
so once I tell them, because what I'm going to tell them is I don't feel right. I don't feel myself. You know, I don't have an appetite.
Right.
Literally. I mean, I'm happy I'm still able to keep, like, drink fluids. Like, I still love water. I still make sure I drink water all day. But it's not normal for me, so.
Yeah, so. I don't know. We'll get it together, though. One day at a time. I mean.
Yeah. But, yeah, I just really wanted to. Dang.
I see it's good. It's good. But I don't think it's better than other Chinese store, though. Like, this don't got. It's sweet, but it's not sweet all the way.
I forgot where we ordered the other iced tea at.
I think we ordered that one from around the corner from our house. Not too far.
We did. But they gave us a little thing.
Yeah, the little ones.
I was so mad.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys, this iced tea right here, this Chinese iced tea, everything.
It is.
Everything. I could drink this all day. So, let's go.
Just getting full.
Getting full already? Yeah.
Yep.
You know how you do.
For some reason, I was craving Chinese food.
I just got it because you wanted it.
That's another thing, guys. For me not eating, like my stomach went down a lot really quick. But I think it's because I wasn't like eating. I think like I lost like weight or something.
So when you go back to the doctor, tell him check your weight.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what that is. Cause I was like 303. When I was pregnant, I went up to like 303. I gained like almost 40 pounds.
That's crazy. And that's because, I think that's just because our son is a big boy.
Yeah.
He's big, so.
And he eats, so he went from 10 mil in the hospital. And as soon as we got home, he was at 4 ounces.
Yeah, he's greedy. He's just greedy.
And guys, like, I say that to say, do not let them doctors tell you what to feed your baby. I blame the doctor. I'm not the doctors. Let me.
The nurses.
I don't blame nobody. But I really feel like I started having, like, emotion. I started feeling, like, emotional towards the ending of our stay in the hospital. Because they was like,
They was dragging it.
Yeah, they was like making our stay hard. Like downstairs in in the delivery department, like them nurses, the doctors, everything. Like it was just so. They were just so kind. You could tell they care. You know, they love their job. Once we went upstairs, like, don't get me wrong, the nurses and stuff was nice, but there was a couple nurses and stuff like that that really had me in there heated, like on fire. And then like he was like very cranky in the hospital, up all night. He kept us up all night.
All night, like all night. Like we was dead tired.
Literally. And like I feel like they was telling us to give him a certain amount of bottle, but we would give it to him and he would still be hungry. But they didn't want us overfeeding him, so it was like I had to watch my baby scream and cry all night because I knew he was still hungry. But I couldn't really do certain things because, you know, when you're in the hospital, they try funny stuff and try to, you know, be weird with your kid. And I didn't want to really, like, cause those problems, so I was just trying to really listen and take in everything they were saying. And so I was like, I felt like I was starving my baby. Like, then I was trying to breastfeed.
Right.
And that wasn't going good. Because then they were like, you know, if you're breastfeeding, don't give him the bottle. But I'm like, at the same time, I feel like he's not getting nothing out of my breast. So, like, it was just...
It was crazy.
Yeah, then, I think I went into an emotional wreck at the hospital.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. But at the end of the day, once, like, the pediatrician came in, like the pediatrician...
He made me feel so much better.
The pediatrician broke it all the way down for us. You get what I'm saying?
And told us...
Yeah.
And told us what we were doing was not wrong. That he can have way more than what they were saying that he could have. He made it okay for us to give him 3 ounces, and he was only like 3 days old. He said your baby can eat up to 3 ounces if you want to feed him that. Like,
see, but that's the thing. That's a little difference with the infant milk and the breast milk. Because what they were saying, you could feed the baby the breast milk.
So, breast milk and infant milk. You know, I'm spitting. That's why I don't eat chocolate on my open. Hold on. Okay, so, breast milk and infant milk that basically does the baby's body real different.
Right.
Infant milk, I guess, fills them longer, fills them with more, like it's more extra crap in there.
Right.
And then you're supposed to really be like every 4 hours when they're that small. To where breast milk is straight, like nothing but healthy nutrition for them. And it digests faster. It don't keep them full that long. So it's like they say, if you breastfeed, feed the baby every 2 hours. Don't make them wait every 4 hours because there's a big difference in breast milk than infant milk.
Right.
And I learned that actually when I was hospitalized for my preeclampsia. The nurse really taught me a lot about breastfeeding and breast milk, and I'm happy I really choose to go that route.
So for a lot of y'all that don't know about the breast milk, like the breast milk is very good for the baby, like all around. It's like really all around good for the baby.
Yes.
Down for the brain, everything, down to the immune system. Just plain out everything is good for the baby.
So let me tell you some things I learned with breast milk. So when your baby is that small, they have no immune system. I learned that, well, I was educated that when you give your baby your breast milk, that's their immune system. Like that, like breast milk helps them fight sicknesses and stuff like that, to where infant milk don't do anything. Like your baby just has no immune system. What else? They say if your baby has a rash on their butt, take your breast milk and rub it.
Rub it. And it'll go away.
What else? What else did she say? Oh, so when your baby poops, like my son, when he poops, first of all, it's like water.
Oh my God.
And it's like seedy. And I wasn't really concerned about that because I know he's still little and his poop is gonna look funny. But the nurse mentioned it for some reason when I was in the hospital, and I was like, oh, that's crazy because his poop does look like that. She says it's gonna look seedy and it's normal. It's from the breast milk. You see it, right? My lips are so dry. It's dry skin I can't get off. But I can't get it off.
There you go.
But yeah, so his poop is like, it looks like when we wipe him, it's mad hard because it's like the little seedy poop is just sticking on him. He be so mad, but
let me tell y'all something about my son, right? He a good kid, like he a good baby and stuff like that. Like he don't, like once he got home, it was like he knew where home was.
Yeah.
So like he don't fuss. The only time he fusses if he wear his diaper or he hungry. Other than that, that boy is sleep all day long.
That is so true.
All day long.
And that's another thing. Like, you must have known I was stressed in the hospital because you kept saying that. Like, oh, when we get home.
Yeah, I told her that. I just knew she was stressed, but I told her like once we get home, everything gonna be
guys,
different.
I was crying. Like I was just
crazy.
A hot mess.
But I'm telling you, like once he got home, he just knew like, yeah, I'm home, and he just fit right in. You know what I'm saying? So.
Because the way he was acting in the hospital, I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, if he acts like this when he gets home, we're going to be, like, stressed for the first couple of months.
Like, we would, like, when I tell y'all, like, we was really up. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm saying, like, one go to sleep, the other one up with him, then I take him, let me get some rest. I mean, like, we probably only had, like 3 hours of sleep each, like, every night, like. Yeah. And we was in there for like 6 days.
Oh my gosh, yes. That's another, like, I honestly, that's another thing. Like, I feel like a lot of my problems came from our stay in the hospital, honestly. Like, it's a lot.
It was just weird. It was just weird. It was the whole vibe.
And then it was, like, it was like they wasn't trying to let us go home. And then it was like they was trying to pick everything we was doing, nitpick about everything we was doing with the baby. Like, as if we was trying to harm our baby or something. Like, they just stressed me out so bad. And like I said, it wasn't all nurses or anything. It was just, so you have them certain nurses. I know y'all not gonna agree with. Excuse me. And it was like the one nurse was always our nurse every morning.
Which one?
The one with the short hair. You know what I'm talking about. It was so weird though, because when we went home, she said some weird stuff. She was like, "Oh, if you don't want your baby, I'll take him." Like, I was just like, what?
That was the only weird thing, because it was like before that she said something, because I remember the what's the lady name? The lactose lady.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no names, but I know what you're talking about.
The lactose lady, she came and she said
the one with the long hair.
Yeah, she came and she said something, and then she was like, I hope y'all was feeding him the right way. Some crazy stuff like that. And I just looked at her like...
Yeah, so they have these... excuse me. If your option is to breastfeed, they have these... they're called lactation, right?
Yeah, lactation
nurses. And which is really good because they're on even in the middle of the night. Like, they're on 11 to 7. All 24 hours,
so you
basically.
Can press that button anytime you want, and they will pull up to you.
So, they have them nurses that come around and educate you and answer your questions and help your baby latch on and show you how to get your baby to latch on and stuff like that. And like I said, she was making me have a mental breakdown. So I was like asking the lactation nurse, like, basically, did I do something wrong? And she was just telling me, like, telling me certain things or whatever. And the nurse had came in and she was just like, oh, well, you're in here with her. That's good. Oh, hopefully she don't overfeed him this time. Like, just...
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like, she was just... I don't know if she was purposely trying to bring me down or something, but it was horrible.
Yeah, it was time to go. I ain't gonna hold you. It was time to go. I mean, that last day, we was up and ready to get up out of there. Like, we wasn't even playing.
Guys, mind you, she only saw my son during the hours of 7 and 3. She was the only nurse that I had an issue with. The only nurse that tried to make it seem like I was doing something wrong. And at that, they don't take your baby no more. Yeah. The first night, that's another thing. Enfamil was not doing good for him at all.
He was spitting up.
Yeah, he already had a little issue in the beginning because I pushed him out in 20 minutes. They said he came out too fast, so he swallowed my fluid, I guess. Yeah. So he was spitting that fluid up for like the first 24 hours, and it was scaring me. So then, after that kind of cleared up, he was still doing it, but at this time he was drinking his Enfamil. And I could tell the difference. I could tell the difference because the fluid was like yellow, watery. The Enfamil was straight milk. So I knew he was spitting up the Enfamil. It was like every time we fed him a bottle, his stomach hurt. He had a stomach ache. He was throwing it up. And she was trying to make it seem like we was overfeeding him or we was doing something wrong. She would literally come in the room and act like she knew like what we was doing throughout the night. And I'm telling her, like, she's like, did you burp him? Did you make sure you didn't overfeed him? Like, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why she was mad. I think she was mad when he shitted on her, too.
No, he threw up on her.
Oh, yeah, he threw up on her? No, but remember he...
All right, so she came in, she took him. I guess he...
Remember he shitted twice, too?
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. After. So she was changing him. He started pooping. And then he threw up on her. Like... And because of that, she started making it seem like we was overfeeding him throughout the night and stuff like that. Like, you don't know what we was doing. You wasn't here. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to do nothing to harm my child.
He just don't like... The milk just didn't sit right with him.
Yeah,
like,
the milk.
I mean, like... And that's what a lot of people got to understand, too. Like, and realize. Like, you know what I mean? Like certain milks and stuff like that is not going to sit right with your child. You get what I'm saying? It's just not. You know what I mean? So, don't just always feed your child like milk and or the baby milk and think it's gonna be all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It might just not sit right with your child. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, from my experience, guys, just pay attention to certain stuff when it comes to your body and your child, especially if you're a new time mom. Like I said, my body did not react to pregnancy good.
It really didn't.
Hopefully, everything goes back to normal. Hopefully, everything's okay. But make sure you guys pay attention to conditions like that. I know some of the symptoms of preeclampsia, pregnant or not pregnant or after pregnancy, is headaches, severe headaches, swollen in your feet, ankles, hands, face, anywhere, upper abdominal pain, double vision, dizziness, stuff like that, blurry vision, and stuff. So make sure you pay attention to that.
Definitely pay attention.
Make sure you pay attention to your baby, especially when you're in the hospital.
Just make sure y'all pay attention to everything, every detail. You know what I'm saying?
And if you can breastfeed, like, seriously, breastfeed. Like, my son, he don't throw up. Like, it's rare that he throws up. Yeah. It's rare that he throws up.
He does all that.
He's really good with his bowels. He's really good with urinating. His belly's always settled after I feed him. The only thing is he's not on my boob because I think that's where I messed up. I wasn't breastfeeding him. Like, he wasn't latching on. So now that he's so used to the bottle, he can't figure out the difference just yet. So,
but at the same time, a lot of y'all don't have to put your child on the boob if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't.
You can pump like she do. She pumps. So.
I pump like maybe every 3 to 2 hours. And don't. And that's another thing too. Like, use your own judgment. Yeah. Like, it's okay. You know what's
best for yours.
It's okay to listen to the nurses and listen to the important things and take in certain stuff. But they was telling me a lot of stuff that, like, I'm basically doing different and I'm doing it different on my own. They told me if I keep pumping, my milk supply is not going to stay the same. My milk supply is perfectly fine.
Yeah, we got milk for days.
It's to the point where did you feel your back this morning?
Yeah. That was crazy. I thought I was, like, I'm not going to lie. I thought I was bugging this morning. I thought I was drooling or something. But where the wet spot was, I'm like, no, there's no way I could be. I'm drooling down there. But come to find out and me thinking about it, her titties is leaking. And she just got them shits leaking everywhere.
So what I try to do is I try to pump. It's so weird. So your boobs really know when your kid is hungry. And you know that, right? Like, when my boobs leak, it's after he ate or it's when I'm about to feed him. It's so weird. Like, and they told me that in the hospital, but I never experienced it until I got home. So my boobs will just start leaking out of nowhere. Especially if I need to pump. It just leaks. And I'm talking about leaking. Like, my whole bed was wet the other day.
But when was the first time you was leaking? Because remember I showed you?
I don't remember.
I think we were sitting on the couch. Because remember...
I know we were at home.
Yeah, I think we were sitting on the couch. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, look. And he was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, because they told me that your boobs were leaking stuff, but I never experienced that in the hospital or What, that happened like maybe almost a week after we was home.
Now them shits look like a faucet. Like them shits be dead dripping out like a leaky faucet.
Literally.
Like, what the?
Pouring out. Like, I have to take pads and go like this until I pump.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So.
That's crazy.
Just don't listen to them. Not don't listen to them, but like I said, do what's best for you and your kid.
Right, that's it.
My son don't latch on. They told me that if he don't latch on, basically that your boobs know the difference between a baby latching on and a pump, and if your baby don't latch on and you continue to only pump feed him, that your milk supply is gonna go down and blah 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 blah. That's not true. My milk supply is amazing. I'm sure, I know for a fact that I create more every day because of how much I'm pumping. And I'm consistent that's one thing, you have to be consistent when you pump. If you're not consistent when you pump, your milk supply definitely will go down.
Right, exactly.
But I'm consistent. I pump like every 2 to 3 hours. And I give my baby the bottle. And if he don't ever latch on, he don't ever latch on. But at least he's still getting the breast milk.
Exactly.
So, but, are you ready to wrap it up?
It's on you. Anything else for the people?
I don't think so. I probably went in circles this whole video.
Right. As long as they know what's going on.
Yeah. I'm just really trying to stress the most important things to you guys. Just something to look out for. Because honestly, guys, my doctor told me, I'm not going to put all the blame on my body. When I first got diagnosed with elevated blood pressure, he told me to watch out for things I was eating. And all these pointers to prevent this. And I didn't really listen. The only thing I did was take my blood pressure medicine. I thought, okay, I'm on blood pressure medicine. I can still eat whatever I want because it's gonna keep my blood pressure down.
Never listen.
But
stubborn. But when it was time to eat certain healthy stuff, she
would
eat it
I
for
tried.
2 days. Don't get me wrong. She ate it for 2-3 days.
I tried. I attempted. But it's, first of all, it's hard, especially when you're pregnant and you're craving something. It's very hard for a doctor to tell you don't eat this, don't eat that, and your baby is telling you, I want this, I want that. That's very hard. So I struggled with that. But just, if this is your situation, if you're going through the same situation, fix it before it gets like me, because I wish I could go back in time and just eat a salad for 9 months.
But through all of this,
and maybe I wouldn't be going through this, but it is what it is.
But through all this, our son is healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He 8'5", he eats a lot. So there's no worries. We're great.
Yep, that's how I feel. I'm going through a lot, but as long as he's here and healthy,
we'll get through the hump. We'll definitely get through the hump.
This is just living lovely over here. Only if a man, now I understand.
We're not gonna go through that. We're not gonna go through that.
No, I'm just saying, now I understand what people be saying about stuff like that.
I root for listen, I root for y'all, but listen,
why you say that? We're not gonna go through that.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
It's true.
I root for y'all. Y'all had a baby. I carried a baby for 9 months.
No, it's not even about. Honestly, it's not about that.
I don't want to go through none of that.
I just don't.
It's quiet for that.
I told the doctor, I was like, I never knew your body could react to a pregnancy like that. I never heard. I think it's getting to me because I never saw nobody experience what I'm experiencing. I never saw somebody. I'm lying. My cousin told me she had preeclampsia while pregnant. And actually, her doctor ignored it. And her daughter ended up having seizures for the rest of her life because...
Yeah, that's crazy.
She had a headache one day. She said she got up, went to the hospital. They immediately gave her a C-section. And because it was so bad, when they cut her, the baby was born basically not breathing. And so the lack of oxygen to the baby's brain caused her to have seizure episodes. So now the poor baby got seizures for the rest of her life because of that. So it's really no joke, but...
Right.
Yep. We're going to wrap up this video.
But that was the update. And let y'all know what was really going on.
Yep.
So long as y'all know now.
I feel much better, so y'all don't think we're just
yeah.
Every time they get on the channel, they always say they back, and then they're not back.
Right. So this is why.
Trust me, if we're not on the channel, it's because...
it's a very good reason why I'm not on the channel.
Yeah.
So, that was the update.
Yes. I hope you guys enjoyed the mukbang, and like I said, just make sure you guys pay attention to your bodies and everything like that.
Yes.
We hope you like this video. Make sure you guys comment.
Comment down. If it's not subscribed yet, please subscribe.
If I missed anything and you guys feel like I may know something that you need to know or something, comment below. And I'll answer anything.
We'll answer anything.
I'll answer anything.
That's what we're here for.
Like I said, this whole situation was personal, but I'm going to share it with y'all. Y'all are our family. So
just make sure y'all hit that post notification bell.
Yes.
I'm saying, hit that like button.
Yes.
Subscribe.
But until next time, guys, we love you. Later.